Yay!
Hello and welcome to another episode of me painting. Yeah, we got the paints out. I put a message on Facebook to see what you wanted, and what I got was paintings. So I'm going to do a painting this time, and today I'm going to start using these acrylics, but then I'm going to go onto oils. I'm going to do a subject similar to this. I took this when I was walking around Derbyshire, and I really like the angle here and the two trees here. The background bit I'm not really that fussed about, to be honest, but I might do something to indicate a few small trees and land and some hills. But the real focus point for me was these two trees and the land here at this angle. So the first thing I want to do is, I don't like working on white canvas anymore. I just don't like it. It's too white. So I'm going to cover the canvas in a little bit of acrylic, and so I'm just going to maneuver some things, and I'm going to cover the canvas with a mixture of burnt sienna and raw umber. Burnt sienna and raw umber. And then we'll start painting. Okay. Hello, welcome back. The acrylic base is dry. And let me show you the paints I'm going to be using. Just move one of my lights a little bit. Seems to have dropped. Okay, so these are the Winsor & Newton Artisan water mixable oils. You can get mediums with them, or you can use, water as your medium, which I like the sound of. So I thought I'd pick a little setup. I got this colour extra because when you buy this set, you get phthalo green in with it, which you can do paintings with just these few colours, but I kind of wanted to burn sienna for this, so I got that extra. Took that one out. So we're only using these. So what have we got? Got titanium white, yellow ochre, French ultramarine blue, permanent alizarin crimson, burnt sienna, and cadmium yellow pale hue. So yeah, these are the colours I'm using, and my medium is going to be the water. Here's the palette that I've set up. Now I've gone for the yellows together over here, and the blue, red, and the burnt sienna, which is really an orange, browny orange, and then the white and on the palette. So first things first, going back to the picture, first thing we want to do is the sky. Just move that out of the way. I'm not going to completely copy the picture. I want to do my own painting. Let me just make sure my canvas is in shot. Yeah, and the sides are fine. And yeah, so I'll put this here while I mix the colour. So grab my knife. I just use my Bob Ross knife. Some blue. Don't need as much as that. Blue and white. I'll just do a simple sky. Get the hair around my paint. Simple blue and white sky. It's quite nice. I've got the window open so you can hear all the people going by. Just a bit of blue and a bit of crimson just went in there as well, which is okay. Oh, and my finger just went in the paint. Okay. I'll just wipe that off. How to get in a mess very quickly. It's a good job I have baby wipes at the ready, just in case I have an accident. And just in case you're wondering, I mean painting accident. Okay. Finger is white. I'll just put this down. Just grabbing a paper towel there, so I just put my knife on. Okay. So, got this. Gonna get a bit of water mixable oil, so use a bit of water. Got this colour, let's have a look. Yeah, it's not bad. So I'm going to go in between this blue and the white to create a bit of a it's a nice bright sky. I'm just going to mix on the brush, a bit more water, just to thin the paint a bit. The only reason you thin paint, I got this question recently, or how do you know if you should thin the paint or not? Or is it going on your canvas? Is when you put the paint on, is it not coming off your brush? Because that's the only reason I will thin my paint at this stage. It's just because I want it to come off easy. And that's it. Yeah, I just want the paint to come off my brush easy onto the canvas. But I do like using toned canvas, and sometimes you can let that tone come through if you wish. Gotta remember there's a big tree there. Yeah, I'm using straight strokes. If there's areas it's not going in, I'll just sort of dab it like that. Yeah, the good thing about tone canvas is that you can see the colours going on. When you're using white canvas, it's a bit harder, I find, to see the colours going on. I'm just going to dab in some colour areas there, here and there, because there's going to be some colour, some light through those trees, and just dab some on here and there. I've got to remember that I'm using oil. I'm so used to using other things now, but I'm going to paint this all in one go, so areas are not going to dry, so I need to remember that. I need to remember that I'm using oils. And I'm doing it all in one go, so areas are not going to dry. Therefore, if I'm painting alla prima, if that's how you say it, then you need to think about things like that. So we've got a hill there actually, so I'm not going to do too much paint there. So we want this bit. We get some paint over here. So something I don't particularly like doing when painting is rushing my painting. I like to get an idea and then think about it and then do it. I don't want to rush it. I want to enjoy it. Sometimes your enthusiasm of doing a painting and you get the paints out and you're slopping paint on the canvas. Sometimes it can be great. Sometimes you forget to enjoy it. And you want to be enjoying it. Because that's the whole idea. To have fun. So I'm thinking movement now. Movement in the sky. You create movement by using brush strokes. This way that I'm painting is just grabbing a bit of crimson in with my blue. It's very simple, really. Anyone can do this. If you've never painted before, you can do this. Throwing paint on canvas and having a look at what you're doing all the time, though. Thinking more, is this the way I wanted it to look? What am I trying to say in this painting? What am I trying to achieve? What's my goal? Something I just thought about. Just mixing this. How long does this paint take to dry? I don't actually know. This is the first time I've used Artisan 100 Newton paint, so it's a question I do not know the answer to. Something I'll probably look up at some point. You know, I don't mind some of the browny colour of the acrylic coming through. So I'm not going to worry too much about it. Just dabbing paint. I like doing it like this. Sort of dabbing it and moving it. I'm sort of looking, I'm using the camera actually to look at the whole picture, and then you can sort of see what I want. Okay, I think that'll do for that bit. I better hold my palette rather than plopping it down. I'm going to use paper just to get all this paint off. Don't need my brush to be clean, just a little bit clean. Oh. I just grabbed the piece of paper that I used to wipe my hand earlier. There we go. So this water-based oil comes off your hands easy. There's a bonus for these, isn't there? Right, let's have a look. So I need to get quite a dark colour. Let's move the sky colour. I'll probably use it again. In fact, I'm running ahead. I need to do this hill in the background, so I will use it. So I've got this, and let's get a bit of crimson. Blue. Doesn't look to be that warm. That's another thing. Thinking in warm and cold. Thinking about your colour, is it cold, is it warm? What does that mean? What does that say? I'm just trying to get you thinking, really. Get you working things out when you're painting. Think and paint. I've been doing a lot of work with markers recently to practice doing faces and characters and all sorts. It's great fun, and it makes you a better painter. I find I feel like I'm a better painter because of doing that. Oh, I'm going to lose all my awesome clouds. I really like these clouds. Oh well. It doesn't matter. I'll get a little bit of yellow ochre. Green it a little bit. Still want it to be quite pale. I don't want it to be too dark. So how does that look? That's alright. This is our first layer. Blob of crimson there. So we don't want to go too dark like I was saying, because I want this to be background. You want your background to be, or this, I want this to be distant. To make it distant, you don't go too different to the sky colour. I hope that's showing up on camera. Tree there, so I won't worry too much about this bit. Maybe I'll worry more about this bit here, where you can see. Yeah. About there. You can use a bit of white in the base to create that misty effect if you wish. Yeah, that's looking okay. the area where I know that I'm going to have the land, sorry. So yeah, thinking and painting, talking and painting, sorry. Talking and painting is quite difficult because you're thinking about what you're doing. When you're doing a drawing or painting on your own, you could be listening to music or you're concentrating. It's quite hard to talk and paint. Talk about what you're doing while you're doing it. I'm really enjoying this. Having fun with it. Which is the thing I always say, gotta have fun with it, otherwise why do it? The more fun you have, the more you want to do it. Look at me twizzling the brush, making a thicker area of paint, using the paint. It's a good thing about oil paint, water soluble or not. You can place it thick, like I've just done there. It's really, really thick down there. Right, now, trees. My first tree. Get a bit more sky in there. My first tree, although the picture, let me just show you the picture again. The picture shows the first tree, that one, to be the same darkness as the other. Just put it back. And that's not really going to work in this painting, so I want it to be much darker. I mean, look much brighter, because I don't want it to be too far forward. And I'm going to have him there. Let me just mark in. Let's imagine the land. Let's imagine the land is there. So my tree is going there. Okay. Tiny bit of water. I'm not using much water as my medium. In fact, a lot of times when I do painting in traditional oils, I don't use a great deal of medium during that period either. Making a dark mixture, get some blue in with the brown. There's a bit of crimson in there as well. Just want it to be a bit darker. And then lighten it a bit. Like a nice reddish grey. Yeah, that's about right. It's about what I wanted. I've got the tree and it goes like that, and then it goes up. Like that. And use a bit of blue and brown. I'll put in our darkest. A bit of white. So I'm creating a grey. A bit of red. Yeah, quite like that. Sort of a warm greyish blue. That's going to be my dark for this tree. So let's put in some let this tree go to there. So I'm just sort of tapping my colour. I really want that there. Not fussed about that white. How's that look? I could do with it being a touch darker. I might have to get a bit more blue on my palette because my blue is my darkest. Blue on my crimson. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. That'll do. Yeah. Okay. Now I want a liner. I'll just put that on a paper towel. Some water. I want this to be quite thin, just so I can create some lines. Okay, so let's make some making some little wiggly lines. Right, I could do a bit of light, just grabbing a bit of white. Probably be okay. I just want to get a bit of light in this. Okay. Yeah, that'll do for that tree. Now using... I need to get some more blue. I'm going to clean my palette a little bit as well. My palette's become a bit of a mess. So I'm just going to give it a wipe. I'm using just a wet wipe. Get rid of a lot of it. Okay, I've cleaned the palette. I've cleaned the palette and given myself some more blue. There we go. I've got some more blue and I'm just cleaning this area. It's a good idea to do that because you can get yourself into a bit of a mess and then your paintings turn out a bit rubbish. Right, let's make some green. Blue, bit of that yellow. Obviously blue and yellow makes green. Bit of that brown in it as well. Some burnt sienna, bit of white. More blue. Yellow. So I'm making a fairly dullish green. There we go. That's just right, that is. I'm going to pick up quite a lot of paint. I'm just going to put it in areas that I want it. Just sort of rolling the brush and letting the paint sort of just come off. I want this to be quite dark because I want the tree in front to stand out more. So put the bits on. Fill the tree up a little bit with leaves. Not sure if this is showing up on camera. Can't really tell. Hopefully it is. I'll get a bit more white mix in with this colour. Just chucked in some yellow ochre. A bit of white. More colour. So what the light is at the top. Got some blue in there just to make a darker version of it. This I'm just really just making it up. Certain areas I just felt like they could be darker. Mainly around the bottom part of the tree. Okay. How does that look? Yeah, I'm okay with that. Right. Now then, it'd be good if there was a separation between the trees and not just like, I mean colour separation, I mean an actual separation. I mean in the picture there isn't, but we're not doing a picture, we're doing a painting. We can do whatever we like in the painting. Just trying to put my brush back together. Just took the bristles out. Oops. Oh, it's back in again. Okay, let's use some water to clean it. Clean your brush. And let's have a little look at the original picture. Yeah, the original picture, the separation isn't quite as simple as this is going to be. But before I do that, I think about land as well. So if I use brush again. Okay, grab another brush. I'm going to make a light colour. Some yellow, some blue, light green, I want white. I'm making a new pile here. Bit of yellow ochre. That's quite nice. I like that colour. This colour. I like this. So we're going to start developing the hills in the background. Give them a bit of colour now. Not too much. I don't want them to stick out too much. White. I want to fill this in just so you can see, because I want it to be more, I want there to be a bit of separation in the trees, sort of playing as I go. So some green in there. I can add a bit more of the colours down here, and then I can go greener at the base. More yellow ochre. Yeah, I quite like that. Started to get a bit of separation. Isn't that fantastic? As you start adding colours, it starts to come to life a bit more. I think it'd be nice to have some more of some trees like we've got in the picture, probably not quite as big as that because this is wet. I can move things around. I think the brown works quite well as a tree colour. Reality is they're green, but the darkness of the brown works well. Some trees going off there. Create there. Maybe this field goes like that. gone into a little green as well. Maybe this field is circular. Yeah, but it's creating a nice distant feel, isn't it? To things. These trees. And you can spend hours putting them in. I'm very worried that I'm going over time. The longer these episodes are, the more bored you might get. Oh well. You can always turn it off if you don't like it. I want to change the flavour of some of these fields, because I noticed in the picture there's some areas that are more green. Like that one. Maybe there's a bit more yellow in this one. Just move some trees then. Just adds a bit of variety then. Some trees back in there. Use what I've got on the brush and sort of tap stuff in. Put a bit more yellow in that area there, just so it doesn't disappear too much. Used a bit of an angle then as well. Yeah, gives us an indication that there's things going on back here. Right, let's have a look at what we've got going. I would like the idea, as I'm having fun, just throwing in crimson and the blue. Let's get a bit of white and we get a nice purple. Look at that. Wouldn't that be a good colour for the dark of the tree? Let's go for it. I think it would. A tree to be. I'm using the picture as a guide. It's good to always use things. There. Not to be quite bushy there. there's sort of an angle there on the tree. Yeah. The tree trunk. That's where that tree is going to be. I think I've made the trunk a little bit too thick. Just grabbing a bit of white and I'm okay with that actually. Now we need to start thinking about this land before I put in all the leaves. Of course it needs to be darker there just to create a separator from that land behind. Okay, that's looking. See what I do like about, and I'm still thinking about it, how much better it is to use toned canvas. You can see the colours going on. A lot of the old masters used to tone their canvas. And it's just so much better. I went into the National Portrait Gallery recently, and I saw some part finished paintings, and you could see the ground that they used, the tone of the canvas that they had, and I was like, thought to myself, well, when I draw now, I'm using toned paper. I mean, I've used grey paper, dark purpley paper, and all sorts of colours. And it just looks, just works. So I'm using directional strokes and colour. I'm not really using the colour of reference, but if you wanted your painting to be more realistic, then colour mix and to the colours and use the colours you see, but I get a little bit I won't say bored. I just feel like I want to do more. I want to add more to the canvas than what the photo can give me. The photo can give me a certain amount of expression of what I'm seeing. It can give me the look. I guess what I'm saying is I want to be more creative. I want to use the materials I've got and have fun with it. Using expression. I mean, I've done touched a little bit on this when I've painted before, not quite as much. All these thickish coats of paint, they'll make this painting unique. They'll make this painting pop off the wall when it hangs somewhere. Okay. Now what I want some light hitting some of these areas. And I'm sort of moving the paint at the same time I'm moving it. But you see there's distance now. You can even do it so the eye is being led to this tree. Okay, let's start working on the tree. We're using quite a thick colour here. I want some of this yellow. I'm scooping the paint up really with this brush now. I'm using the paint thick, lots of it, and looking at my tree. Looking where it needs lightening. Just mixed a bit of blue in with it, just to darken it a bit. Picking out areas now. That need a bit more. I mean, we're quite dark still with our colour. Picking out bits that we want. And I'm going to get some of the yellow. Yellow and white. It's a bit of a dirty white, but that's okay. yellow ochre, that's the colour I'm after. I really like that colour. I'll create some lighter areas in our tree. Felt like that needed straightening a bit. It was taking my eye and it was going, I don't like it. Bit of blue in there. Creating the darkness of that area. I need that to be a bit darker there as well. Yeah. I think this works quite well. It's an example of me going through a painting and not really worrying, just developing what I'm creating something. I think that makes that tree look much better now. Well, I wouldn't mind. Just want to soften that bit there. And there. Okay, there's this. Oops. Nearly threw my brush at it in disgust. There's this, didn't like. Let's get rid of that. I'm actually going to add some holes with this as well. Using the same blue. Don't need that one. Or that one. Not that one. think, well, I feel like this tree needs some light there. And that one does. A couple of here. Yeah, I think that's a painting that I like. It is it's very much the way I like to paint. I know it's very impressionistic, I guess, but you could refine it. You could use smaller brushes to do the leaves and things, and you could really make it look like life if you wished. But I think this is an expression for me. This is me being loose and just going for it and having fun. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm seeing something that I like. Just want a little warmth in the tree. I'm going to get rid of that orange bit there. I don't really like that. Yeah, I like that. So we'll call this one finished, and I'll give it a bit of a signature. I'll just go down this area here into the land, and I'll make a little JB as if someone's wrote it in the grass. So thanks very much for watching this one. It's a little bit different, and I'll see you at another one soon. Cheers, bye.